The battlefield in Eastern Europe is a canvas of resilience and desperation. A clash between nations with vastly different military capabilities. On one side stands Ukraine, a nation emboldened by a fierce sense of patriotism, fighting to defend its sovereign territory. On the other, Russia, a military behemoth with a long history of military intervention, seeks to impose its will through brute force. This clash of wills has captivated the world. A modern-day David versus Goliath narrative. But the story is far more complex than a simple comparison of troop numbers or tanks. Understanding the true balance of power requires a deeper dive into the intricacies of each military as strengths and vulnerabilities. At first glance, Russia appears to hold the upper hand. Its military boasts a vast arsenal, a legacy of decades of Soviet-era investment. The sheer scale of its forces, with an estimated active duty military personnel exceeding 850,000, dwarfs Ukraine, roughly 200,000. But numbers alone don't guarantee victory. While Russia possesses a formidable inventory of tanks, artillery, and fighter jets, many of these assets are aging and lack the modern technology seen in Western militaries. This disparity is particularly noticeable in the realm of electronic warfare and cybersecurity, areas where Ukraine has surprisingly proven to be a formidable opponent. Furthermore, Russia's military doctrine relies heavily on mass attacks, the strategy that has proven ineffective against a more agile and adaptable enemy. Ukrainian forces have embraced innovative tactics, leveraging the experience of their veterans from the war in the Donbass region. They have shown remarkable resilience in repelling the initial Russian onslaught, deploying sophisticated weaponry, including drones and anti-tank missiles, to devastating effect. However, Ukraine faces significant challenges. Its military, though resilient, is significantly smaller and less equipped than its Russian counterpart. The lack of heavy artillery and air power puts them at a distinct disadvantage in prolonged engagements. Moreover, their dependence on Western arms supplies creates a logistical vulnerability, making them susceptible to supply disruptions. The conflict is not a traditional war, fought solely on battlefields. The influence of information warfare, cyber attacks, and economic sanctions is profoundly impacting the course of the conflict. Both sides are engaging in a relentless struggle to control the narrative, seeking to gain public support and undermine the enemy's morale. Russia has sought to leverage its cyber capabilities to cripple Ukrainian infrastructure and sow disinformation. However, Ukraine has proven remarkably resilient in this domain, thanks in part to their experience with Russian cyber attacks in previous years. The economic front is another critical battleground. Western sanctions imposed on Russia aim to cripple its economy, hindering its ability to fund the war effort. Meanwhile, Ukraine relies heavily on international aid to sustain its military and civilian populations. This conflict transcends traditional military metrics. It's a clash of ideologies, a fight for national identity, and a struggle for the future of a region grappling with historical grievances. While the outcome remains uncertain, One thing is clear. This war will have lasting implications for the global order, reshaping the geopolitical landscape for years to come. The battlefield is evolving, with each side adapting and strategizing for a protracted conflict. The war is a testament to the human spirit, showcasing the courage of Ukrainians fighting for their homeland, and the resolve of the international community rallying behind our cause. The world watches with bated breath, waiting to see how this complex and fluid situation unfolds. The outcome of this conflict hinges on a multitude of factors, from the effectiveness of military strategies and the flow of international aid, to the resilience of the Ukrainian people and the political calculus of global powers. One thing is certain: this is a war that will continue to be analyzed and debated for years to come, leaving an indelible mark on history and the future of international relations.